Tesla's recent price changes shook up the entire car market for Teslas, and you actually won't believe what Tesla's trade-in estimate is for my 2018 Model 3 and even for my new 2022 Model Y. Now, I'll share those details later in this video, but now let's talk about what you should know about current Tesla car values as an owner or buyer. Now, Tesla's price cuts of up to 20% on certain vehicles happened literally overnight, which is unprecedented. And for many recent Tesla buyers, this news was infuriating because the car they just bought a month before can now be bought for $13,000 cheaper, as in the case of a long-range Model Y. But it's not just recent buyers who are angry. Many Tesla owners who have had their car for a while are upset at these price drops. But I thought we as customers always wanted lower prices, right? So why are all these people so mad? Because it reduced the value of their Tesla. A recent Model Y buyer even went as far as saying she felt like she got duped by Tesla because of these price drops. Now, to that person, I'd say I'm sorry, and you have the right to be angry that you missed out on the lower price, but you did not get duped. See, when you buy something from someone else, the terms are quite simple. The seller offers an item at a price, and if you, as a buyer, agree to that price, then that is solely a decision made by you, the buyer. The seller never forces you to buy something that you don't want to. But as an adult buying a vehicle, you have many different options. You can buy from a long list of makes and models. You can buy used if you're on a budget. And in this case, that person not only decided to buy a luxury vehicle, but she went a step further and bought a performance luxury vehicle, making it even more expensive than it already was, and she spent $77,000 on it. Now, I don't know about you, but as a Model Y owner myself, I can tell you right now, there's no way I'm paying $77,000 for that car. I don't care how fast it is. It took me months to decide to buy my long-range Model Y for $55,000, but it made sense for me and my family to get it at the time, so we did. And we have no regrets. And when buying a high-dollar item like a Tesla, you have to do your due diligence and research. Back in 2010, I bought a used Pontiac for $12,000 because that's all I could afford, and I spent months researching to find the best car that fit my budget. And I still had that car. Now, the next car I bought was my Tesla Model 3 in 2018, and I treated that buying process the same way I bought my house. I saved money for years and did not buy it until I knew for sure that that was the car for me and that I could afford it. So when buying a Tesla, if you do your research on the price history, you would have seen that Tesla had steep price increases over the past 2 years. Now, you'd also know that Teslas have very few physical buttons on the interior, but today's sponsor lets you change that in a very cool way. The Sexy Buttons by Enhance are a unique accessory that you can get for any current Tesla model. Now, these small buttons are Bluetooth enabled and only take about 10 minutes to set up. Using the free app, they can be configured to do a wide variety of common tasks on your Tesla in a safer and quicker way instead of fumbling through the touchscreen. For example, you can configure a button to open the glove box with a single press, or set up one of many smart actions like enabling your car's max power. Now, my favorite is the features hidden from Tesla's main screen, like off-road mode, regen, and activating creep in motion. I also like the option to turn on the rear seat heating or toggle the rear fan on or off with the touch of one of these buttons. That way, my back passengers can do it themselves without needing me to do it while I'm driving. Enhance was kind enough to give a special 10% discount to all of my viewers, so click the link below to see all the features their buttons can do and get yours today. Now, when people come to me and ask me for advice for buying a Tesla, I usually tell them the same thing. Do not buy a Tesla or any other new car for that matter unless you absolutely need it right now and you can afford it and you plan to keep it for a very long time. I bought both my Teslas with a plan to keep them for at least 10 years, and I think more people should have that long-term mindset when buying a car. Also remember, all new vehicles, Tesla or not, depreciate about 20% as soon as you drive them off the lot, so to speak. And sometimes they depreciate up to 30% within the first year of ownership. This is especially true for luxury vehicles. Now, if you're a Tesla owner, I know that's hard to digest because Elon told you differently back in 2019 when he said he believed that if you buy a Tesla today, you are buying an appreciating asset, not a depreciating one. And that reason, he said, was because of the hardware that comes standard on all Tesla vehicles that will hopefully run level 5 full self-driving software in the future. The funny thing is, He was right, sort of, for a while at least. But it wasn't because of FSD's hardware or software, it was mainly because of the shortage of vehicles the past couple of years and along with Tesla's steadily increasing prices. In fact, Kelley Blue Book is still saying my 2022 Model Y that I bought for $55,000 last year is worth more than that if I sell it used right now. But that is all about to change, and it already has changed. After Tesla's price cuts, CarMax had a fire sale and sold over half of its Tesla inventory in 24 hours, and now Tesla itself is seeing huge demand for new vehicles. This has created a crash for used Tesla values. My 2022 Model Y that KBB said was worth $58,000 last month, well now Tesla's estimated trade-in offer for that is $39,000. That's nearly $20,000 less. Well, actually, that's right on par with the common 30% depreciation rule after the first year. But what about my Model 3, which is coming up on 5 years old? I bought it for $58,000 after accounting for the price of FSD, and now Tesla's estimated trade-in value for that is $19,000, and that estimate includes the value of full self-driving, which is currently being sold by Tesla for $15,000. So that means my Model 3 is only worth about $4,000 in Tesla's eyes. Talk about a steal. Now, I'm half joking because, first of all, Tesla is known to have pretty low trade-in offers, and it's almost always better to sell privately to get the most money. But I still think it's funny that my car has a software feature that is technically only getting better with time, but Tesla is basically valuing that feature as worthless during the trade-in. But it doesn't matter to me what my car's values are because I don't plan to sell them anytime soon, and I know that cars are depreciating assets. You cannot expect cars to appreciate no matter what anyone else tells you. The car's value simply should not matter in the short term unless you are trying to flip it for a profit, which I would not recommend anyway. But if you plan to keep it for a long time like me, it shouldn't bother you what the estimated values are because over time, nearly all cars' values go down. It just so happens that this price drop happened quickly overnight instead of slowly over a few months. And the price drop is actually a great thing when you think about it. It's bringing in more customers, which means more people going electric, which goes back to Tesla's mission of transitioning the world to sustainable energy. And as someone who is a true fan of electric vehicles, I don't see how you can view this as a bad thing. But I also don't want you to think that I'm not empathetic to how some of these recent Tesla buyers feel. I know it's frustrating to have a car that you could have saved a lot of money on. I know this firsthand because it happened to me. I bought my single motor Model 3 in 2018. Then less than a year later, Tesla offered a better dual motor Model 3 for $10,000 less than what I paid for my single motor. So I totally get it, but I also didn't care what Tesla prices were because I already had my car and I was happy with it. So try to be grateful that you are fortunate enough to own one of the safest and most fun cars ever made. On the other hand, this similar situation happened with Chevy, and they actually offered refunds to buyers who bought a Chevy Bolt before the price dropped. So Tesla could technically do the same thing, but I doubt they do. They're a business after all, and they need to do what all businesses do, increase the bottom line and please shareholders. But if Tesla did decide to offer something for the recent buyers, I think either free supercharging or 1 year worth of free FSD subscription would be nice because that wouldn't set Tesla back that much to do that, especially if it means keeping loyal customers, which is also very important for any and all businesses. What do you think about all of this? Did you suffer or benefit from these price drops? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share with others. If you want to see more Tesla and tech videos in the future, make sure you subscribe. My name is Andy. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.